Hey, Elliot, how you doing, man? Good to meet
I'm
you.
doing well, Adam. How are you?
Oh, it's doing well. This has been great. It's really I think so important what you're doing and sharing this information with so many artists. The people in our group here are from all different places around the world, and there's just so many scams out there. And the more it's becoming part of the normal conversation in all areas where people are scamming people on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. It's just a weird part of history where scamming is becoming its own like genre of way people make money, which is weird.
Yep. Yes.
One of the questions I was going to ask you is, have you found a certain, let's say, formula that you tend to notice work with artists well, or did you have a success story? You're like, we saw this happen, and so we're kind of like looking at, because I love the way you said experiment, because I believe in exactly what you're doing. You're throwing a bunch of darts, but have you seen certain things line up better than others, I guess?
Well, the right answer is it depends.
Yeah, of course.
So let's say if you're going to market your music, if you can find playlists that are legit, let's say, okay, we've managed to get rid of all the scammers.
Mhm.
I think starting on Spotify is the way to go, because the playlists are kind of like a focus group that these listeners don't know they're taking part in. They're just there to find new music. They don't know that you paid to be there. They don't know that you're conducting an experiment to try to gather data. They're just there to find new music.
Mhm.
And if you can start on Spotify, and of course, not finding a scam is not easy. But if you can do that, starting on Spotify is the best place to start, because it's directly monetized. It might be next to nothing, but it's more than you could get 1 million hits on an Instagram video tomorrow and you're not going to get paid jack.
Yeah.
So I would say start on Spotify, because it's directly monetized and it gives you a ton of data. And like I was saying earlier, the whole goal of promoting on Spotify is getting them to spread your music for you. So if they start spreading your music on Discover Weekly to people in Milwaukee for whatever reason, rely on them, know that their data is better than yours and they're smarter at what they're doing. If they're spreading you in a particular direction, follow it.
Okay.
And then just say, okay, Spotify is telling me I have listeners. They're mostly in their 20s. They're mostly over here. Then all you got to do is tell Facebook, hey, I only want to hit people that fit this audience.
And they do Facebook ads behind that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would. Facebook ads and Instagram ads are a great place to start, because it's relatively easy to to launch an ad. And obviously it's hard to become an expert and to really know the full details of it. But in terms of like, hey, I got $50, let's throw $5 a day for 10 days and just kind of see how people react to this. It's relatively easy to set up the campaign.
Mhm.
And start A/B testing. You can A/B test the audience. Okay, I've got these 5 top cities and these 5. Let's kind of see which one, same ad, let's see which one just responds better.
Mhm.
Or you can say, okay, I think my audience is knocked down, but I have this video and this video. Let's kind of figure out which one performs best in month 1, so that, okay, now month 2, video 2 wins. I know this is the better video. I feel more comfortable going more all in on this audience with this video, because I know that it's working.
Mhm. And when you say start on Spotify, are you meaning just upload it into a DSP that then puts it on? Or are you saying like start by reaching out to curated playlists? And
Yes, I would say once the song is out, you have a 0.00001% chance of like hitting the pitch to the editor button on your distributor and maybe something happens. Like, it's not impossible, but you might have a better chance buying a lottery ticket today.
Yeah.
So I would say once the song is released, your song does not need to necessarily be new to start a new marketing campaign. If you have a new song and you're trying to market it, that's awesome. But if you're like, I've kind of just got all this music here and I never really promoted it, you don't need a new song to have new marketing. So if you have a song on Spotify that's like already doing well for whatever reason, take your top song, doesn't matter how old it is, and find playlist curators.
Okay.
And if you can find the legit ones, I think that's a great place to start, because the data you get is what you can apply to everything else. And the data you get might help you choose which platform you want to go. If you find that 30 and 40-year-olds are listening to your music, probably want to advertise on Facebook. If you find that 18-year-olds are listening to your music, probably want to go to TikTok. So Spotify can kind of tell you, hey, this is what we're seeing. And then you take that data And it might not be pinpoint 100% accurate data, but it's a hell of a lot better than guessing.
And then as far as what you said, thank you for that too. Is there anything that you can recommend as far as curated playlist things, or anything that you use?
Well, that's at De Novo, we kind of made a name for ourselves with, when I was an artist, I was going through the ringer here trying to find curators, and I'd step on 8 landmines and find 2 that weren't.
Yeah.
And over 5 years of doing that, now like I have a small, medium-sized network of curators that I work with. That's what we do at De Novo. So the playlist,
basically hire, come to you, is what you're saying.
pretty much, we're like
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
a broker in a way.
Okay.
And none of our playlists have 1 million followers. You're not going to get 100,000 streams in one of our campaigns, but they're real and it can help you get the ball rolling.
Okay, cool.
So there are many other companies that do this. I haven't used all of their services. I have used some with my old songs as a way to test them and see if they're actually legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can find a legit company or curator, that's where I would recommend starting, purely for the data.
Okay, we just come to you now. Now we know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, come to De Novo.
Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Sure.